I will be presenting the children's book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, by Laura Joff Numeroff. The illustrator is Felicia Bond, and the book was published by HarperCollins Publishers on January 10, 1985. This book is about a slippery slope a boy falls down as the text talks about what could happen if you give a mouse a cookie. This book, along with many other books Numeroff has written and Bond has illustrated, such as If You Give a Moose a Muffin or If You Give a Pig a Pancake, uses the power of text and pictures to tell us a very engaging story. I will now read If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask you for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look in a mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks into the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim. So, he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So, you read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited, he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need Scotch tape. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty. So, he'll ask for a glass of milk. And the chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. And that's only the beginning. In this book, the visuals depict the sequence of events that the story unfolds. They show cause and effect of every action. We see the mouse's reaction, action, and consequence in every scene. The text along with these pictures help to convey the playful tone of this book. The pictures also allow us to read the story in a more emotional way. We see every action the mouse may ask to do, and the joy it brings him every time. As the mouse draws a picture, we can see his creativity on the page and the excitement on his face. The pictures enhance understanding and often add humor to the narrative. This allows young readers to follow along and engage more frequently with the text. With the works of this book and the works of other writers, such as Molly Bang and her theories, we can truly answer the question of how pictures and text work together in literature. The visuals of If You Give a Mouse a Cookie by Laura Numeroff and Molly Bang's picture book series focuses on the utilization of white space, character design, and the exaggeration of animations. Both of these works aim to emphasize how these elements contribute to the narrative's themes and overall impact of the story. White or light backgrounds feel safer to us than dark backgrounds because we can see well during the day and only poorly at night. The explanation Molly Bang covered in her book about white spaces applies immensely to this children's book. In this book, there is plenty of white empty space that surrounds the illustration. This gives a more friendly tone to the book. If the space behind the illustrations were black, the overall tone of this book may seem more rigid. We feel more scared looking at pointed shapes. We feel more secure and comforted looking at rounded shapes. The explanation Molly Bang covered in her book about large, round objects applies to the head shapes of the characters within If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. Both the mouse and the boy in this book have large heads. This gives a more childlike look to the character. Molly Bang says readers can find comfort in round shapes. I think the heads in this book give off comfort for good reason, because, after all, it is a children's book. The larger an object is in a picture, the stronger it feels. Lastly, the explanation Molly Bang gives for exaggerated animation stems from her idea that larger objects feel stronger. The exaggerated big emotion reaction in this book, along with the big eyes and wide mouth expressions, come with the idea of feeling strong. Little characters with big emotions support the idea of childhood and help readers relate. In this 2-page spread, we can see Molly Bang's theories very clearly. We see the detail of the white space behind the characters. Not only does this white space give a friendly, home-like vibe to it, it also opens the area and makes the character more of the center of attention. We see the big head of the boy and feel the comfort that comes along with it. His aura is gentle and soft. This gets along well with the maturity of the book, since it is for children. Finally, the expressions and the exaggeration of the mouse and the animation is very strong. We see the smile and the excitement on the mouse's face. We see the simpleness and the curiosity grow on the boy's face as he follows. Big emotions in exaggerated animation. Finer details, such as the use of white space, character design, and exaggerated animation, help us answer the question of how pictures work as pictures. Within picture books, a lot goes down in order to reach the minds of young readers. There needs to be an interesting storyline, fun/amusing illustrations, and both of these aspects need to work together to keep readers engaged. The illustrations in If You Give a Mouse a Cookie do a great job at telling a story. They're interactive, easy to follow, and simple. They also contrast well with the text, but have their own way of entertaining. Pictures working as pictures is a very important aspect in children's literature. Children need interesting, amusing pictures. In the case of this book, the animations, including animals, is a huge detail that functions well for the context of the book. This aspect is an important selling point for children's books. All in all, the works of Laura Numeroff and Felicia Bond in the book If You Give a Mouse a Cookie come together well to make a beautiful, fun story. With Numeroff's writing and Bond's illustrations that relate deeply with the works of Molly Bang, the space, the character design, and the exaggerated animations are all aspects of the book that come together to emphasize how these elements contribute to the narrative's themes and overall impact. In If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, the author effectively combines illustrations and text to engage young readers and convey a charming story of cause and effect in a delightful and memorable way. The end.